Hello my friends, Trading Tuesday. It's already late night, at least for us. We are tired of the day, and we will gonna go to bed early today. But it is Trading Tuesday, and as usual we want to do a lot of stuff here. The plan today was actually to do clean the house here at Fallowfield, but due to the clock, we won't. What's going on here? We will not do that today. Something is different here. Yeah, we had issues for approximately 2 days. For approximately 2 days we couldn't log in. Game crash, or not even a crash. We couldn't launch the game. Now we launched the game, but we are on a single monitor setup right now, and we took the time to do some key bindings on the joystick. We fly now on the joysticks again, but we had to rebind all keys on the keyboard and joysticks, and that took a lot of time, and so we are not able to do the trade run as we wanted to do. We would be able, of course, but what we have in mind takes a lot of time, and we don't have the time today because we will go to bed. But we will show you what's the plan, what the plan was at least, and we need to find out how we wanna progress. So this is something is different here.
Shields offline. Docking denied.
As you can see, our ship is damaged.
Landing complete.
Yeah, due to this reconfiguration of the keybinds, we did a test flight around Gaslight from where we actually came from, and on the way back we crashed, and so we woke up at Ruin Station, and because of Ruin Station we went into the contested zone, and as we left the contested zone they started shooting at us, and as we left the station itself, even the station itself shoot at us, and that's why the Asgard is a little bit deranged. So what we can do, we will show you what we are up to here at Fallowfield and what was the plan. Unfortunately, we cannot show you what we did. Maybe you already had seen. We unlocked the M2, and the plan was to fill up the M2 here at Fallowfield, because we noticed, I mean, this one is a large ship, the Carrack is a large ship, the Caterpillar is a large ship, and we figured out 2 days ago that we actually can land with the M2 inside this mountain range, facing the nose towards the elevator, and would be actually able to proper load the ship. And that was the plan for today, to load up the ship and do a proper mass trading, if you will. A little bit different than we usually did. This is a test run. This mass trading is a test run for the Ironclad. Once the Ironclad comes out, we will fill up the Ironclad. And the M2 is the biggest ship that we have available, so we want to do that with the M2. Just to see if it would work. If the idea that we have in mind actually would work. And of course doing the loot gobbling. That is... We know... the loot gobbling. This is an obligation. When we come to this headhunters location, check the loot boxes because they have a lot of fancy stuff. Not always, but sometimes. Yeah. We have another issue. First of all, we unlocked the M2. We wouldn't say necessarily that that is an issue, but the M2 is not an anvil ship. The other issue is the M2 is too small. Here we can see the M2 is too small. And when we look at these comports here, the price is a little bit too much. Of course, it's not an issue money-wise. That will cost us 2.2 mil. We will buy comports, 2.2 mil. Okay, buy them all. The issue we have 466 SEUs of comports. We also have some ETYM gasping VLX. That is stuff that we found laying around here, and we just saved them. And that's why we have. When we look at the shop quantity, we see we could buy ETYM high inventory for 142 SEUs for $19. 19,000 bucks. And there is a medium of VLX, but this is not the goal that we have on, although we have some boxes here. But we ain't here for, should we? Come on, why not? The idea was for today loading up these 466 SEUs of comports and then start selling it already. But because of the time progression of today, we won't do that today. And probably we will not wait until next Tuesday to do that, so we will do that somewhere in between. And of course we will record video and do a proper video at the end. And now we have more boxes, other boxes, ETYM and so on, and we are not quite sure if we should deliver them. But we don't deliver them to the selling location, we would deliver it to Obituary. And with the damage ship we do not want to fly around that much, so we don't do that at neither. Yeah, because this is not our ship, we cannot open up that door, but all elevators in Starlancer works. So this is a weak point, and you cannot even lock, at least this one you cannot lock. Chip is empty.
Engines off. Warning. Self-destruct started.
No! Kada-boom. Come on. No. So what we do now, we will fly back to Gaslight and do a check-in there. And that's it for today. But yeah, we are so far excited when it comes to commodity trading in a mass scale. We found a new rookie. We did, let's say, a small initial it's not really a ritual. Oh no, oh no, we killed him. Oh, please don't shoot. They are high alert. Yeah, let's get out of here. Shoot.
Shields online. Takeoff complete. Shields offline. Landing gear raised.
Yeah, the issue with the compound here, we pay 31k per ICU and selling it at the highest.
All systems offline. Mentum aerospace. All systems online. Quantum drive is now on.
And we're selling it for... Clear the filters. We're selling it for averaging 33. That is a 2k profit. Where would we need to go when out of stock? We could go, or we need to go to SMO 182210. 13? Where is SMO 13? SMO 13 is not listed. So we basically have 3 locations. No, where is the other one? HDMS Han. 4 locations where we can sell it for 37. So that would be a 6k profit per SCU. And Levski. So Levski is also 37. So that would mean we will need to go to Levski first. And when it comes to profit, we would need to go to SMOs. But SMOs are outposts, hand unloading. We could go to space stations in Stanton. But when we look at the space stations in Stanton, we would make a loss. Do we have any space station beside Levski? When we say Pearl 1. Pearl 1 would be the only space station out there where we still make a profit. That would mean Levski, Pearl 1, SMOs. That would be the route.
Shields online.
Almost.
Shields offline.
Yeah, we are definitely tired.
Arrival. Welcome.
Yeah, so that is for today. It's not that much, of course. Why is free look not working? Damn it. Yeah, it's a lot of mess. CIG, stop doing this bullshit. First of all, we don't have time every time to reset all our key bindings. Yeah.
Welcome to the ASUS vehicle retrieval system.
Yeah. Crusader. Yeah, we're in a small hangar here, that's why it doesn't work. But that's for now. Thanks for watching. See you next time.